Hello vintage outboard motor fans, this is T-Mike here on Toledo Bend Lake. I'm making another video today. Today's video is going to be called my best friend video. That's right, I'm going to introduce you to my best friend here in my shop, and by the end of the video you see why he's my best friend. Alright, so this video was inspired by a subscriber named Elliot, who called me a couple of days ago. He wanted me to bring me his motor. He said he had checked compression, spark, and rebuilt the carburetor, and it still wouldn't start. So he lives kind of far away. We decided to try to meet halfway, and then I started questioning about what the symptoms were, and I decided to introduce him to my best friend, and sure enough, within about an hour, Elliot was able to fix his motor on based on the recommendations of my best friend. So this is going to be a fun video. It's going to be a 5-part video. All right, first part, I'm going to introduce you to my best friend. All right, and the second part is going to be what my best friend does here in the shop. Third part is going to be how he's so special in what he does, and then the fourth part is going to be why, the why behind my best friend's special talent. All right, and then the fifth part is going to be a summary. So it's going to be a fun video. I've been wanting to make this one, and Elliot kind of triggered me to do it. So if everybody's ready, here we go. All right, here we go with the first part. I'm going to introduce you to my best friend. Here he is. This is my best friend. I call him Pop. Pop is my best friend here in my shop. All right, and the reasons why he's my best friend: he's loyal, he's easy to use, and he never fails me, never lies to me, always tells me the truth. So we're going to discover how those talents are used in these future parts. All right, second part now is going to be what my best friend is. So Pop is a spray bottle, all right, that's got a fuel mixture in it, all in gas out of one of my gas tanks. All right, I like to use a 40-to-1 mixture because I work on 24-to-1s and 50-to-1s. So 40 is kind of in the middle, and we're only going to use a little bit of it at a time, so it's not real critical. 40-to-1 mixture is what Pop is. So Pop is a spray bottle filled with fuel and oil, and now we're going to do the how Pop can be used in your shop to be your best friend. All right, so in Elliot's case, Elliot called me and said he had tried everything. Compression was good on his 9.5 Johnson. Spark was okay. He thought it was weak, but he had spark. And he figured it was the carburetor, so he rebuilt the carburetor, still wouldn't start. So he wanted to bring me the motor. So I asked him, you know, if he wanted me to help him over the phone. He said, sure. So I told him, take you a spray bottle, fill it with some fuel mixed with oil, and spray it down the throat of the carburetor. Turn the throttle wide open, spray it down the throat of the carburetor, and choke it, and then pull it. If that engine pops, then there's nothing wrong with your spark. It's going to be the carburetor. That'll tell you whether it's spark or carburetor trouble, on the condition that you have good compression. So Elliot sprayed it down the throat, and it wouldn't pop. So I told him, he called me back. I said, you have a spark problem. All right, so you said your spark is weak. Clean the points with a piece of 100 grit sandpaper. He cleaned his points. Motor started right up. Yeah, he said, he texted me back, said, I can't believe it was that simple. But Pop here is the best friend you could have in your shop to help you determine whether you have a spark problem or a fuel problem. It won't fix the problem for you, but it never lies. If you spray it down the throat and it pops, then you have compression and spark. Your problem is in the carburetor. All right, so in the fourth part, I'm going to tell you why I think that is a true test. All right, so here is, let me move Pop out the way. Stay right there, Pop. So here's a power head with the carburetor, right? So if you think about it, the carburetor has a bowl right here that holds the fuel. All right, when you pull the rope, the pistons inside here move back and forth. Well, the piston that's creating a vacuum sucks the gas through here and sends it down into the reed valves here to get into the cylinders for the engine to pop. All right. So if the carburetor is not working, it's clogged, there's a isthmus right here that sprays a venturi that sprays the fuel up through it. It's got to get into the chamber here and get sucked in. So if there's a problem in here, when you take pop and you spray it down the throat, you spray gas down the throat and choke it and pull the choke. All right, the fuel is automatically in here. When you pull the rope, it sucks it in and pop. Now it's only going to run for a few seconds because there's only so much fuel that you sprayed in there, but it tells you that compression and spark in here is good. You're bypassing all of these jets, and they could be clogged, your flow could not be working, your tank could have a problem. So if you use pop and spray it down the center and that engine pops, you know compression is good and spark is good, carburetor problem. If it doesn't pop, you've either got compression or spark problems, and chances are it's spark and dirty points is the thing. All right, so that's the why. That's the science behind why pop is so good. I love pop. Great tool. Now I'm going to take you over to a 3 horsepower on my bench over here that I've restored. It's a beautiful restore. I took it completely apart, laid it out, rebuilt everything. It looks beautiful. I'm going to use pop to see if that 3 horsepower pops before I take her outside and start running her in the barrel. All right, so if everybody's ready for that part, here we go. All right, so here she is, all ready to go. I've got no fuel connected to it. Gas tank's not even on it. I'm gonna spray 2 or 3 sprays of pop up the throat, choke it. I got it wide open throttle. I'm gonna spray 2 or 3 sprays in there, choke it, and pull the rope, and hopefully she'll pop. She popped. So I know compression is good and spark is good. Here's the carburetor. I'm gonna take her outside, put her in the barrel, and if the carburetor is good, everything should be fine. So that's my best friend, Pop. All right. So let's summarize. We talked about, and I introduced you to my friend Pop here. Pop can be your friend too. All right. I'll tell you what he is: a spray bottle with 40-to-1 mixed fuel in it. All right, and I'll tell you how it works. You spray it up the throat, choke it, wide open throttle, it pops, you're good to go. All right, and then we talked about the science behind it, how spraying it down the throat, all right, forces it into the cylinders where it takes out all the jets and everything in the carburetor. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making this video. Keep the suggestions coming in. I'll keep making the videos. See y'all next video. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I make at least 1 video every week. And then go ahead and hit the like button and join the T-Mike fraternity. So if you're this first time watching one of my videos, I have over 350 videos of everything you need to know about repair, maintaining, and restoring your vintage outboard motors. I specialize in Johnson & Evinrude's 3 horsepower to 20 horsepower, 1950s, 60s, and 70s. So as I said, I have every video you need to know on how to work on these motors. And if I don't have one, I want you to let me know. Just hit in the comments on one of the videos and tell me what video I need to make, and I'll make it for you. I've also got every part you need to work on these motors. I have an eBay store. You can get to my eBay store by Googling T-Mike Vintage Outboards, or click on the link down below in the description. I have over 2,000 parts in my eBay store. I sell all the hardware. I sell all the kits, spark wires, ignition, magneto components, points, coils, condensers, gearcase, seals, everything. I even have some printed, 3D printed plastic handle grips and other parts for you. So I have all the videos and I have all the parts you need. I also now am providing parts manuals. So I have over 150 hard copy parts manuals, 1923 to 1958. So you can get your parts manuals from me too. So this is my passion. My goal was to have every video, every part, and every parts manual that you need. And if I don't have what you need, let me know. You can always call me for technical assistance too. My number is 337-278-5429. Give me a shout out. I love text messaging. I'll try to help you and answer your question. So I enjoy what I do. I hope you're having as much fun as I am working on these motors. And remember, always remember and never forget, here at T. Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time. See you next video.